and welcome back to Allotment Life. Thanks for joining me. Today's plan is to harvest the pumpkins. We're not going to get much more sunshine this year for them to ripen further, but the rain has begun and I really don't want them to get damp and rot. A couple of them have started to lose already, so I want to harvest the rest of them and move them into the greenhouse where they can stay dry. Ideally, you need to wait for the stalk to turn brown, and that means that the pumpkin's ready to harvest. This one is mostly brown, but still a little bit green up here. I'm going to go for it anyway. And it's wise to cut off one piece each side so that you leave a T-shaped bar across the stump. This one here is quite brown. If you do leave them out and they completely dry, they'll just snap off at the stem. Okay, let's get these pumpkins harvested. This is a new variety for me this year. This is called Ishikuri. It produces a more flat pumpkin and it's a very dark orange colour. This is your standard pumpkin. This is a really nice one actually. Lovely and smooth, got a good size and weight to it. Another standard pumpkin, this one's even bigger. Another Ishikuri, slightly smaller this time. And now we're on to the decorative ones. These are called Goosebumps. Oh, it's really tough. You can see why it's called Goosebumps. This comes in a variety of shades and colours with the warts all around it. These are purely decorative pumpkins. As you can see on this one here, the stem has completely dried out and gone brown, so this would break off really easily. The pumpkin hasn't yet had enough sunshine to fully change colour. However, I'll store it in the greenhouse and it might ripen further, but it's certainly not going to grow any bigger outside. Whilst rummaging through the pumpkin patch, checking to see if I've missed anything, I've discovered a red strawberry, a ripe strawberry. Fantastic, that's a nice bonus. I'm still in the middle of harvesting the pumpkins. However, it's suddenly got really windy and there's a little bit of rain in the air. So I'm just going to hide in the shed and then nip back out and continue. Whilst we're on a quick break in the shed, I'll talk you through some of the varieties of pumpkin that I grew. I grew the white one, which is called Casparita. I've also done Jack Be Little. A couple of pumpkins with French sounding names that I'm not sure I can pronounce. and just your standard run-of-the-mill pumpkin. Okay, the rain has eased off a little bit, so I'm going to head back out. I've got my mini basket with me to collect the smaller decorative pumpkins, so we'll go and get those now. Look at that for a decorative pumpkin haul. Woohoo! That's fantastic. I'm really pleased with that. Oh, I've just spotted another white one. Ta-da! Let's see if I can move this wheelbarrow with all of these in. This is a crazy amount of pumpkins. Woohoo! A wheelbarrow full of pumpkins! Wheelbarrow cam. I've got the wheelbarrow as far as the greenhouse door, and I've made some space inside where I'm going to put the pumpkins. As you may have noticed, all of the dahlia pots have now been moved into the greenhouse, as we're dropping to about 9 degrees overnight. Oh, there we go, 7 degrees it went down to, and that's inside. So just to protect the dahlias for a little bit longer, they are in here, and we're going to try and squeeze a wheelbarrow full of pumpkins inside as well. Let's go. Let's go for all of the small ones up here, and then the bigger ones maybe can go on the ground. These two green ones obviously need a bit more time to ripen. They might get that whilst being in here, but if not, never mind. Look at this. This is possibly one of my favourites. I love the patterns on it, how the orange meets the green. Only 2 Casperita. I've never grown this before. I would have liked to have had more, but let's be grateful for what we've got. And 2 is fantastic. These are the Jackby Little, and there are lots of them. Ideally, they should reach this darker orange colour. As you can see, some of the others are still quite light. A huge basket of goosebumps. The smaller decorative pumpkins. I grew lots of these last year, and they were very popular with friends and family. Wow, this one's got a really nice pattern. I've just got to find space for these 4 now. These are all of the small ones. Ta-da! I've managed to fit them all inside. There's really not much space now to walk into the greenhouse at all, but never mind. I'm really pleased with this year's pumpkin harvest. Please let me know if you've grown any pumpkins this year, what varieties have done well, which ones haven't, or if you've got any recipe ideas for the ones that I have grown. Most of ours are decorative, and the others we will use for decoration and then cook them up afterwards. As usual, thank you all so much for watching. Please enjoy the wildlife camera footage that's coming up, and I'll see you on the next vlog.